When she walked through the door that night, something in the air cracked open, like a seam splitting under pressure. Her perfume reached me before she did, sharp, unfamiliar. I'd smelled it before, on another man's coat. She smiled when she saw me, tired but performative, as if exhaustion could explain everything. "Long day," she murmured, kicking off her heels, her tone casual, too casual. My voice was low, almost detached. "Do you love him?" Her head snapped up. The silence that followed wasn't confusion, it was calculation. "Who?" she asked softly. I stepped closer. "Derek." She froze. No twitch, no gasp, just a complete stillness, like a photograph caught between breaths. That was all I needed. It had started weeks ago, tiny fractures in her behavior, late meetings that stretched into midnight, the quiet hum of her phone lighting up under the blanket, the way she began turning her body slightly away when we slept. I told myself not to overthink. People grow distant, they get tired. But one night, she laughed in her sleep, whispered a name, not mine. That was the night something in me broke, not loudly, but with surgical precision. I didn't rage, I observed. I began collecting the silence between her words. I noticed how often work came up in conversations that never required it. How often she smiled at messages she never opened near me. Then came the conference trip, 3 days, supposedly out of town with her team. Except Derek's car was seen at the airport at 2 a.m. By chance, through a friend who owed me a favor. He sent a photo. Derek leaning against his car, her reflection caught in the window beside him. The truth wasn't a sudden discovery. It was a slow tightening of the noose. I became quieter, colder, the perfect husband again, at least from the outside. Inside, I watched, waited. I checked her messages through synced accounts. His name was everywhere, but never direct, hidden behind emojis, inside drafts, unsent messages, deleted threads. But she slipped once, an auto-sync backup to our shared drive. One image, a hotel room, his wristwatch on the nightstand, her necklace beside it. That image burned into me, not with rage, but with clarity. I didn't confront her then. You don't confront a storm, you chart its direction. I wanted her to feel safe. I wanted her to think she'd gotten away with it. So I planned, methodically. The night she came home was supposed to be another ordinary lie. She'd said she was working late. I waited in the dark, the silence alive with the sound of my own heartbeat. When she entered, she didn't even look at me. She walked past with her phone still in hand, typing quickly, her lips curved faintly. That faint curve was the final insult. That's when I asked, "Do you love him?" And when she froze, I saw every truth she had buried rise to the surface of her expression. She sat down slowly, as if the air had turned heavier. "You're overreacting," she whispered. "Am I?" I asked, handing her my phone. On the screen, the photo of her, Derek, and the hotel reflection. Her hands shook. She tried to speak, but nothing came out. Her face crumbled, not from guilt, but from the realization that I had known, that I had waited. She started. "Don't," I said. "You'll only lie again." The confrontation wasn't loud. It was suffocatingly quiet. She tried to explain, to twist the narrative. "It was a mistake. I was lonely. You were distant." Every word felt rehearsed, every tear timed. I didn't argue. I just watched her unravel in real time. She asked if I hated her. "No," I said calmly. "Hate would mean you still matter." That's when she broke. I'd already set everything in motion. 2 weeks before that night, I'd moved my savings to a separate account, canceled our shared lease renewal, even transferred the house deed, quietly, strategically. She thought I was numb. I was patient. By morning, she woke up alone, her side of the bed untouched, the drawers half empty. On the kitchen counter, I'd left an envelope, divorce papers, and a single photograph of us from before the lies began. Her handwriting on the back, "Always you." Below it, I'd written, "Not anymore." She called, again and again. Messages shifted from apology to panic to anger. Then silence. I didn't reply. I didn't need to. The silence would do what words never could. It would consume her. I moved out quietly, found a small apartment overlooking the river. No noise, no perfume lingering on the couch. Sometimes I still catch myself replaying her voice in my head, that nervous laugh she used when she was hiding something. It used to tear me apart. Now it just echoes, empty, meaningless. People think revenge needs to be loud, but the cruelest revenge is absence, letting them live with what they destroyed. Months later, I saw her by accident, grocery store parking lot. Her hair was shorter, her smile mechanical. She saw me too, froze, like she had that night when I said his name. There was a flicker of something, hope maybe, or shame. She opened her mouth, but I shook my head once, slowly. She stopped, and in that silence, something shifted. She finally understood that this wasn't about punishment. It was about ending the illusion. I drove away without looking back. The city blurred through the windshield, the world strangely still. For the first time in years, my chest felt light. Not healed, just free. Somewhere she's probably still wondering how I found out, or when, or why I never screamed. But the truth is simple. You don't scream when the fire's already burned everything. You walk away from the ashes and never turn back.